Oh Lord.
I'm sorry.
Every show, man.
Every show, you got to.
You know, we be acting
Gotta
up
start it
backstage when the
out.
music be playing, y'all.
Gotta
Just
start it off.
in, just in
Gotta
case
start
y'all
it off right.
exactly.
Gotta
What's
start
going
it off
on,
right.
SJ?
SJ always. Oh, so that's one thing about us Scorpios. We always there when you call. We're always there.
Always,
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 always.
always.
It's been a
Oh
minute,
man,
y'all.
it has, and we apologize. Just with some things going on, some things having to get straight.
Hey, you look, y'all look. The first Wednesday we missed, we both had to do some writing
Yeah,
because we got to get some
for
stuff
real.
written out. Got to get some stuff out to you all. There's no
Mhm.
sense in talking about it, constantly saying, are we doing this? We're doing this, and nothing's been put out. So
Exactly.
we're working on stuff like that. Last night, I was on my way home from picking my mom from work, and just so happened to have a nice flat tire. A nice screw got in my tire. My tire. I wonder why I'm hear this flump, 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 flump. I'm like, what is that noise?
Right.
Big old screw in my tire last night, so I had to wait for. Thank the Lord for Geico 24-hour roadside assistance.
Hey, for real.
Yeah, so we do thank them. Excuse me, Geico, if
He,
you want to help us
sponsor
out
our
and
podcast.
sponsor our podcast, I just threw that out there for.
They gonna be like, oh, get
Yeah,
our insurance.
yeah, we can go ahead and do that. So
Yeah.
yeah,
SJ,
that's just
you're
been.
absolutely right. I'm trying to get Scorpio to come to a KaiCon so that it could be total destruction.
That
I'm trying
means
to get
that
him
means
there.
that means I have to one try to figure out what to do about my mama and the dog, which they'll be
Yeah,
fine. But
yeah,
my dog
true.
likes to he when he has to go to the bathroom and my mom
He's demanding.
hurt her knee. Yeah,
Yeah.
he will drag my mother, and I can't
Oh no,
have
no,
that
no, no.
happening.
You can't have that. Not in the Mama
Number
Chronicles.
two, number
Not in the Mama
two, that means
Chronicles.
yeah, number two, that means I got to get on a plane.
I would say that I was super around, but that's like
That's a long ass drive.
and then almost to like I'm going into almost the middle of the panhandle to
Yeah,
come
that's a
back up to
long
Tennessee.
ass drive. Nah, bro, I
I
wouldn't
like
even make
driving,
you
but
do
no.
that.
I would have to
I
leave two
love you.
weeks
Look here,
early.
I wouldn't even put you in that predicament at all. That's how much I love
Oh,
you. I wouldn't
I
do
would
that.
have I would have to leave 2 weeks early for that. Yeah,
But I would drive myself, but which I don't mind driving. It's just the whole thing, and
yeah,
then on top of
yeah. I like
yeah,
driving. I like driving. What's going on, Ebony?
yes, yes,
Welcome,
yes.
welcome, welcome.
So while we've been out, of course, I've been slowly getting back on my juicing thing.
There you go.
Yeah, I got my beets and my
Beat,
carrots
yeah,
and my celery and cucumber and lime and ginger. Got to keep the skin right and
mhm,
tight and
yeah,
keep myself cleansed and stuff like that. Got to be around here for a while.
for real. And I mean, you're right though,
Yeah, we
because you
gotta.
do gotta look
Yeah.
out for yourself. Because if you don't, I mean, who else will? So
Then I
um,
also got my Thank the Lord for the woman that locks my hair. She also makes her own sea moss.
oh really?
Yes, she makes her own sea moss, and I take a scoop of that every day. Oh snap!
Hey, you trying to get healthy, healthy,
Oh
healthy?
yeah!
I see, I
Oh
see.
yeah! Oh yeah! If you
I'm
want to
just
know
for
what sea moss tastes like, sea moss tastes like bitter applesauce with no flavor.
You said applesauce. You got. I'm there. I give it a try.
It has no flavor.
No flavor.
It's just
That's the reason
it's
why
just
everybody be adding flavor.
mhm.
Makes sense now.
It's just bland, kind of salty bitterness. It's just bland, but it works wonders.
I mean, it makes sense. Sea moss.
Yeah.
Of course, it'd be salty. That makes sense. But I do want to try it. I haven't tried to see me. I've been just been intermittent fasting.
Hmm.
Started back lifting weights, just dumbbells though, nothing drastic. However, um, I'm probably gonna get up. Not probably. I need to stop saying probably because I want to so bad, and
Hmm.
I've wanted to for the longest.
Hmm.
And I've gotten the okay from my doctor, because you know about a back and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I got the okay from my doctor, and the funny part is my doctor goes to that CrossFit box, so I'm gonna get back into CrossFit because I miss it. I enjoyed it.
Oh.
I loved it when I did it. Like I was actually wanting to prepare myself for competition and stuff like that, but you got to
Yeah.
get different trainer levels and stuff like that. But I'm gonna get back into it. I missed it. I missed doing
Yeah.
CrossFit.
I used to do martial arts. And if I can find a picture of me actually doing like a jump kick, I'll find it and I'll post it.
You
Yeah,
should.
I have to find it. I have no dreads. I have a
You should
low.
post it. Oh, I was about to say post it and then just put Alex in the caption. I'll be like,
I'm literally
matter of
doing a
fact,
jump. Yeah,
send it to Dan and be like, Dan,
check this
add
out.
Alex Locks
Add
to
Alex
him.
Locks to it, make it like he's
Yeah, and put it in there.
stuffed it. But yeah, I lost so much weight doing that when I was
Oh
doing
yeah,
martial arts, but
most definitely. You
I
will.
had to stop. You know, it got a little expensive.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to get back into fighting.
I
Especially
think
like
that
the
you
level
know
I get.
what
Like I'm just like, I don't.
I think that'll be a good way for you to release some stress, stuff like that, some inner anger, because
That's why I'm getting back into CrossFit
yeah,
because that helped too.
we all know Tier smiles through his pain a lot. When he really want to choke somebody. I'll cuss you the out and
That's
swing afterwards. So
that's that. I'm gonna say that's that Libra curse.
that is that Libra.
We
Y'all do that
bottle
smile.
we bottle stuff in and then
Yeah.
just explode, and that's not
Hmm.
good. That's not good. So
Yeah, I
that's the reason
think
why I'm getting back into CrossFit. That's the reason why I've been meditating. Meditating has been helping.
I would.
Small
Yeah,
weightlifting, but it's been
I,
stressful,
yeah. I would love
but
to
it's
look.
been good too.
Yeah, I would like to look into. I might look into that, like either like a personal trainer
Mhm.
or either like some boxing or something like that. I'll yeah. I
Yep.
wouldn't mind boxing. I don't know if I would want to compete, but
Yeah. They asked me that when I was in the military.
yeah.
I was like, Jack,
Ebony, it was Taekwondo.
I don't know. Yeah, they asked
Yeah,
me that in the military. Like, Jack, won't you get into MMA? No.
yeah. It
like,
was yeah. No,
like,
no. I wouldn't get
why am
into
I?
MMA.
Like, I'm already in the
No,
military. That's enough.
I would.
Freaking
Yeah.
PTSD and traumatic brain
You
injury.
would
That's
you would
enough. Like,
no. God
no,
no.
no,
I think
no.
about that one guy. I don't know what was his name. He was a boxer,
Mhm.
and he was perfectly fine. And when he was boxing, his opponent punched him in the back of his head.
Yeah.
Punched him so hard, so he literally is now like a he's disabled. He's like a quadriplegic. His
And that
mom has
makes
to take
sense
care of
too.
him. I'm like, no,
Yeah, that makes sense because some of the things that was explained to me
yeah,
by my PT whenever I was my physical trainer whenever I was going through the stuff on my back, because they also gave me like these lacrosse balls because since
yeah,
my muscles kind of not up, I roll the
hmm
muscle out and stuff. But in the neck area, he told me never to do it there. He was like, never do it at your neck because all of that area
hmm
is basically is like open
yeah.
almost. So you get hit there or stabbed there or put too
That's
much
it.
pressure on that, like
You can go paralyzed.
you can mess yourself up.
Yeah,
Like,
because that's closer to your brain, and that's gonna really do some damage. But yeah, it was Taekwondo. It was Korean style. It was they said well not they say excuse me. It was a mixture of karate and jujitsu also. So I did use weapons. My
okay,
favorite one was the nunchucks. Yeah,
nunchucks.
I got rid of them. I should have kept them. I had wooden ones. But when I found out they were like a weapon and I can get arrested for having them, so I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, no, that's not good.
Aren't they illegal? Like I know they're illegal in some
Yeah,
states,
they
nunchucks.
are. They
I know they are.
are, but
Huh?
if they would, yeah, I would have got arrested.
That's why you do knife fighting. Those are
Yeah.
welcome. Knife fighting and gunfighting, because clearly in America guns are allowed everywhere. So glad I learned that. God.
Oh yeah. You sitting there eating some pancakes at the old Cracker Barrel with a big old nine sitting on your hip.
Like, glad I learned that. Glad I learned close
Come on,
quarter
so
combat.
where's my syrup? You ain't bringing me my syrup. Click, click, start clicking your guns. Click, click, where's my syrup?
Man, Jesus. You can't have nunchucks. You got a rifle.
Mm-mm.
Something you need to be
Isn't that crazy?
within a foot of someone to use.
Isn't that
But
crazy?
I have something in the closet that can shoot you in the face from 500 yards away.
Yeah,
But
you
you
can
can't
bring
have a
that.
nunchuck.
You You can walk around the park with that with a bunch of children. Yeah, you'll be fine.
We
But
can
don't
have one
have
of them.
those nunchucks though. Oh boy,
That's wild.
you're a bad man.
Priorities. We're already starting. I'm sorry, y'all.
My God, my God.
Priorities.
That's what happened when we missed 2 Wednesdays in a row.
Mm-hmm.
We get in
You know,
trouble.
we
Oh,
got a
if
lot to
y'all,
talk about.
oh yeah, of course. If you all can, please, 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 please like, share, comment. Let your friends know. Share this with people. Let them know that we are live now,
Mhm.
so we
Get them
can
on over
continue
here.
to build and do more for Sovereign Comics, Chimera Kingdom, and you all.
Yep.
We
Agree
do
with that.
appreciate you all for at least coming on with us. You don't have to.
Mhm.
I know you're busy and stuff like that, but thank you for taking the
I'm
time
trying to
out
catch
with us. We
weekly.
appreciate
Like,
it.
helps out a lot. Helps out a lot. But
Yeah,
yeah, so we're
it
just doing our
does.
little talk, y'all. Because it's been a bit.
Yeah,
Scorpio, what are you working on right now? Like, we're gonna do our talk because it's an open chat night. Y'all can ask
yeah.
questions, everything. Keep that coming. Um, and we're just gonna talk about some of the things that's going on. So, Scorpio, what are you working on at the moment that folks should
Oh
be looking out
Lord.
for?
I
How
am
are things going right now?
actually almost finished with the Agent 13 book 3.
Yeah.
So even though one hasn't came out yet, I'm still writing as they come out. So as the next one come out, I just go ahead and hand it over to the editors and
Mhm.
the artists. Look, go ahead. While y'all doing that, I'm gonna be working on the rest of them. I have to go ahead and get all of this out of my system because I don't know where this book is gonna stop at.
I feel that.
I have no idea what number is gonna stop at. So I'm gonna keep going
Mhm.
until I get to, which I'm gonna get to a point where I am gonna kind of stop and give Alex a little break and give myself a little break, and then I'm
Yeah,
gonna do something else that I'm currently thinking about working on, something with the horror genre.
we'll
Yeah,
talk about that.
yes.
We'll
If
talk
you
about
know
that.
me, I love my horror short stories. I love the urban legends, stuff like that. I love creating stuff like that. I really do. I really enjoy watching stuff like that, and
Mhm.
anything with like short stories, old, new. Yeah, I love stuff like that. So that's something I'm going to be working on soon. So, Tier, what about you, Tyra? Tyr? What about you?
There's a lot.
What you working on?
There's so much stuff going on. Like one big thing that's going on right now. I can't even say anything about it yet because they told me not to. They're printing stuff and say I just can't say anything about it yet. But
Hmm.
I will announce it on one of the shows
Okay.
to everyone. I'll probably do a live on IG to announce it. But it's dope. I still have more stuff I have to send to them, but
Mhm.
it's really like this is a big deal. What's going on right now is a pretty big deal. So
Awesome. Awesome.
and before the fan theories start, no, it's not a
Mhm.
movie. No, it's not an animation.
We wish. Trust me.
Yeah, we wish, but no. When all that stuff comes, it will be under World Turtle. Yes, you heard right. World Turtle
World turtle.
Productions. That's what it'll be
Turtle.
under.
Turtle.
World Turtle.
World turtle.
That's what it's gonna say too when it comes up. It's gonna have a voice of World
World
Turtle.
turtle.
Sorry. That's how it's gonna go. That's how you're gonna know you watch
He
one of
has
my
to have look.
movies.
He has to be wearing a suit, one of those little suits hanging off him with glasses with an apple.
Yeah,
Please.
yeah. Standing on the World Turtle.
Oh,
Oh god. They're like, this isn't serious at all. Why didn't they do a Marvel intro?
what the
No.
hell? No, please. Oh Lord, no. The way Marvel's looking now, no, thank you.
I'm not doing it. I'll let Marvel have their intros. DC have their intros. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
have a turtle
Marvel.
standing on the
No,
world
no.
for World Turtle. But
Yeah,
but
yeah. World.
so yeah, so that's a big deal. I can't wait to share it with y'all, but I was told not to yet. So I can't yet. But y'all will know soon. Like real soon. Like
Awesome.
next month soon. So
Awesome.
a week or two, y'all will know.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, for real. What else is going on? Cypher Team issue 3. That's being
Hmm.
handled. Jesus.
What else? Well, I mean,
I am
what have
so
we?
scared of that book, man. Like I'm not lying. Like I've been pushing. I'm scared of it. I'm scared to write it, even though it needs to be done. I'm afraid of it, man. Because like the stuff that goes on, the stuff that happens, the things that
Mhm.
y'all are gonna read about.
The way that you are
It's
afraid of that book, I am. I'm still a little nervous about book 2 and 3.
for yours,
Yeah,
for the agent. Yeah.
because where it's taking place, and like I said before, I don't want to disrespect anyone's culture, but
Hmm.
where he is, where Alex is, the you know where I'm not gonna tell you, I'm not gonna even give it away. Where he is right now, he adapts to the culture and he speaks the language.
Hmm.
So, and I'm making sure that that's why I know I've said that multiple times before, but I'm a little nervous because I'm gonna have to add something to it because I don't want it to
Yeah.
be too much. I don't want it to be like, okay, what are they saying? What is this? So
Yeah. So
let's
what?
just say that it's going to be like parentheses actually telling you
Mhm.
what they're saying.
Yeah.
Put it that
Like
way.
you could do it that way. Like you could have them say it and then parentheses have it decoded.
Yeah,
Or you could do it like I did sometimes where in a sense I kind of use the broken English, or if
yeah,
I, like the way they did in comics before, like they'll have the carrots around
hmm
or the angle brackets
yeah,
to show you that they were speaking another language. So there's a couple ways. But I feel you on that because you never want to get that type of stuff wrong whenever you have a character
yeah.
from another culture or going somewhere where they're experiencing another culture. You
I
never want
never
to,
want to do that.
yeah, mess that up and disrespect anyone's culture, so
Yeah,
I feel you. I feel you on
because
that.
it'll come. It may not get me then, but it'll come back and bite me in the ass later.
Exactly.
So I don't want that to
Especially.
happen.
Mm-mm.
Especially with the comic
Mm-mm.
community, they so antsy. They try to find any
For real.
reason
Any
to
reason.
try to cancel you, which you can't cancel somebody who,
We're doing their own thing.
yeah, you can't
And
cancel them.
quite
Sorry.
literally, most of the people that they're rally crying for don't even
Ugh.
read my stuff anyway. So it's just
Yeah,
like
so
so why am I scared? So I'm gonna take that question, Anthony, and I'm gonna go to your next one. So trauma, emotional damage.
all of
Yes.
that
All of that.
emotional damage.
Um, I know you've already read Cypher Team issue 1. You will be receiving your Cypher Team issue 2 and the Yama Stigmata issue 2 probably the
Mhm.
beginning of the week. You will be receiving it. Um, when you read Cypher Team, well, in Cypher Team issue 1, you may remember where there was some parts said where it was like, no more Miamis, and it was
Mhm.
almost seemed like even though they were going into their mission, they were walking on eggshells. Like, hey, no more children, no more this, no more that. There's a lot of things that I dropped in there, and a lot more things that you're going to see in issue 2, which I'm not going to say anything, but a lot more
Mhm.
things you're going to see in issue 2 when you read that. That's going to be answered, and it's just going to bring clarity, because me, I like to get the story going. I could have started from there, I guess, and brought everybody on, but I don't think it would have had the same punch because everybody's getting to know Cypher Team in these first 2 issues. Everybody's falling in love with Kunoichi, learning about Rainus, learning about the Madam, learning about Alchemy, Fireblade, meeting some of the villains. And then now with issue 3, which is going to be a 2-parter, I'm going to take all that and just turn it on its head and be like, 10 years ago, this is who they were. And now you're gonna have to see them in those situations. Like it's gonna be crazy. It's really wild.
Emotional damage.
pretty much, pretty much. Like straight up. Each is like I said, is a 2-parter, and each part ends with a bang. That's that's
I
all I
will look.
can say.
Oh, I will tell you. I will tell you this. Book 3 of the Agent 13.
Mhm,
You'll
mhm,
see how it's gonna slowly start playing into the Soulverse.
mhm. Yep, and that's one of the reasons why I gotta hurry up and get this out because what happens is dope. We already talked about what he's gonna have in there,
Yeah,
and
and then you're
so
gonna be like, "Oh shit, yeah,
mhm.
Alex is, yeah, he's coming."
And what I'm gonna do for that series, those 2 books, I think what I'm gonna end up doing is do like for that two-parter is do like a mini trade just of those two because it's like
Yeah.
60 pages, and then I'm gonna do a cover that's gonna have that statue as the cover.
Oh, that's gonna be bad. That'll be dope.
Yeah,
Hell.
that's all. That's what I want to do, and I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk to because I know Fabio was asking me if I not Fabio. His name escaping me right now. But one that does the dude who usually does my painted ones.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk to him about it and see if he'll do it because I think it'd be gorgeous for him to
Mhm.
do that statue of that character in that place and like just show like an aerial view of it, but get
Mhm.
like a nice bird's eye where you see them. Is man,
Yeah, that's gonna
it's
be
gonna be
nice.
crazy. See, the reason why Scorpio knows the statue that I'm talking about. SJ knows the statue that I'm talking about because it's gonna be in
Yep.
Hellcat also. So I'll be presenting that statue here soon. It's nuts. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
So we're gonna see how although this is just literally gonna be like a whole big
Mhm.
like to see how to see how all of the stuff is just gonna play into going to
As
play.
it
You're
come
gonna be
in.
like, oh, this is how they slowly okay. It's
Yep.
almost as if we're slowly kind of like how they introduce characters into the MCU. We're
Yeah.
introducing them into the Sony.
That's one of the reasons why I was like, I didn't understand where everybody's like, oh, the books are taking off slow. And it's like you can't create. I mean, I guess you could create a comic book and in the first part of the books with the first issues do some type of
Mhm.
catastrophic event that makes everybody come together. Because
Yeah.
technically that's how the Justice League came together. Starro
Right.
came in the original and then they had to come together to be Starro. So I guess you could do it. I just didn't want to do it that way. I kind of wanted to plop you in the middle of the universe, like bloop, here you go.
Mhm.
And then you start following along and then give you questions that ask like, why are they saying this? Why is everybody acting like that? But they're heroes. It seems like it's a lot of them. What's
Yeah.
going on? And then here you go, and they give you that issue. And you find out everything that happened, which it's not. It's gonna be to the point where you probably won't. I think people will pick sides, and in
Of
a
course.
sense, I'm looking for that. People are gonna pick sides.
Mhm.
Like I wouldn't be shocked if people say, "Yo, I'm not on Temple's side." I wouldn't be shocked. I
Mhm.
wouldn't be shocked if people said I'm not on America's side. I wouldn't be
Yeah.
shocked. I wouldn't be shocked if people say I'm not on the Angels of Anarchy side, or I am on the Angels of
Mhm.
Anarchy side, because you get to learn a lot, you get to see a lot, and
Yeah.
I don't do my villains like a lot of other people. You know, there's a lot of depth in them. And like
Yeah.
even in Stars issue 2, with this finished script, you find out so much about Penumbra that when you read it, like I want you to be conflicted. Like, like,
Yeah.
yo, am I rooting for the hero? Am I rooting for the villain? Like, who am I rooting for?
You gotta
You know?
because they what they're doing now is
Mhm.
what I think they should have done a long time ago. Is with a lot of the villains, they're telling their stories.
Yeah.
Well, the past couple of years, they've been telling their stories how they
Mhm.
became the villain. And I'm like, I think that's something that should have took
Yeah.
place a little earlier.
Exactly. Because no
And
one's
you'll
born a villain.
understand why, because
Exactly.
why Maleficent was so mean,
Mhm.
and why the Joker did what he did, why he turned the way he turned. So yeah,
Yeah, because no one's born a villain. Just like all the villains in my universe, and even new villains that are coming. A lot of them were nice individuals or weren't villains. They weren't. Some
hmm
were heroes, and some of the villains that are coming in the future are going to be heroes.
yep.
You know,
Just
some
like what I
so I'll say that some of the villains that some villains that we have, you're going to see them as heroes in
yeah.
Cypher Team issue 3, the two-parter, and that's why I say like the events that come, it's gonna like one of the biggest complaints that I think I got from the culture as far as my books is that I didn't write for the culture. But this is like for me, I'm a storyteller first, right?
Yeah.
I hate to tell any type of story where it's so on the nose that when you read the first 2 panels, you already know what the book is about. When you read you look at the cover, you're all, I know what I'm getting into. Like me, I want you to keep reading and try to decipher things for yourself as I'm telling you things. And there's been times where I've snuck in things for the culture, and people who are also for the culture
Didn't catch on.
went right over there. The Almost Stigmata issue 2 is one of them. That's quite literally the biggest story that I wrote that literally drove a nail through the coffin as far as writing for the culture, and no one caught it.
You see, you don't want to. I don't want to be predictable when I'm
Exactly.
writing. That's one thing I've stayed away from. I said I don't want to be predictable. I
I
said
won't say no
my
one caught it. There was a lot of people that caught it. I'm gonna mistake myself. I'm sorry, Scorpio, but I want to
Oh, you're
correct
fine.
myself because I know you caught it.
Yeah.
SJ caught it. Jay caught it. A lot of people caught it, but a lot of other people were like, "See, it's just a black man in space." Like, okay,
Okay, black people don't go in space. Just like we all look alike.
well, we
We
look
all
alike. There's probably a
look.
high chance. Like if your family from Georgia, we probably are related.
My grandmother's from Georgia.
We probably related, or Alabama, because we probably that's
Yo, I'm sorry. Somehow, some way, Tia and I are related. Somehow, some way.
it's there. It's somewhere in there.
Yeah,
Wouldn't even be shocked.
my mom even constantly tell me, she was like, oh, when she hears the videos that I play back and I watch them,
Mhm.
she was like, who is that talking? Is that you or Tia? I'm like, that's me. She was like, you sound just like Tia when you talk. I was like, no, I don't. She was like, yes, you do. You sound just like him. She said, y'all related something. Y'all related somehow. I'm like, possibly. I wouldn't put
Possible.
it past this, but yeah, but like I was saying, I don't want to be predictable. I want to make
Exactly.
you think. I want you to be
Exactly.
like, okay, what's gonna happen? Okay, did he really kill him, or
Mhm.
is
I
he
think that's
really that hateful, or
right. Like
yeah,
I think that's more fun in storytelling.
it
Like
is.
instead of showing your just like when you're playing poker or spades
Hmm.
or Uno, you don't show your hand.
Never. I
So
don't want
whenever
you
I
to.
see
I don't
story,
want you to see. I don't want you to see that handful of um pick four.
yeah,
I don't want
I
to see
want you
that
to be
handful of
surprised.
reverses that I have.
I want you to be surprised when I slam it on the table.
Exactly.
Like you don't tell the story. You don't show your hand. And
Never.
I feel like some people do that. Like they show their hand and I think a lot of people are into that type of storytelling now where they know
Mm.
what's gonna happen before they even get into the book. And to me,
No.
I've never I don't like that. Like I want to be surprised. Like because if you look at trailers, yeah, trailers tell you about the movie. So usually whenever I get let down about movies is if I see a trailer and then I
Hmm.
go into that movie and I'm almost like, okay, I saw the movie in the trailer. But I feel like when they do the right thing, whenever they show the trailer,
Hmm.
but they don't show so much in the trailer. Or I mean, they could show a lot in the trailer, but they don't show so much of the plot, and they do things out of order and unorganized
Correct.
and things like that just to make it look
Oh
nice. And
yeah.
then when you get into the movie, you don't really know what's going on. That to me makes things better rather than just showing your hand. And then when I go in there, it's just like, oh yeah, yep, you told me the exact story you said you were going to
Yeah,
tell
you
me.
already said what was
Um,
gonna happen.
and
I
that's one
already
of the
know who
things
the
I've been
killer is.
Yeah, exactly. And that's one of the things I've been pleasantly surprised about, like with a lot of folks, like whenever they
Hmm.
they they read Sovereign comics, many people don't know what they're in for until
No,
they
they
get to
don't.
the end of the book and then they're like, oh, that's what was going on. Let me
Mm.
see. Ebony has a question. I do have to ask, will you get more physical copies of your current comics or will they all be digital? Yes, I do plan on getting more physical copies here soon. I got to restock my manga. I got to restock, honestly, all of the books. Get Temple High in for the first go
Yep.
because that one hasn't been a physical yet. But yeah, I'm really working towards, especially seeing, I'm really working towards revamping my the way that I stock my comics because the way that I was stocking them was based off of an old sales model on how things were going previously when you were starting off, but things have
Yeah.
changed. So,
Oh yeah. Things have
so
changed. The
and
market have changed. So
yeah, and
you got to
the books are
revamp some
being
stuff.
brought and with this new endeavor coming up that I can't tell y'all about, I'm pretty sure more things are going to get brought. So
I don't know about this
I
new
definitely got to
endeavor.
restock. I don't know. I may
I
have
don't
told
think I
you
know about that one. I don't think so.
the veteran thing. Yeah, the
Oh.
big one, not the other. The other one's big too, but this is the other big one.
We'll talk afterwards.
Yeah, we'll talk
You got to
because
refresh my.
there's two things that the other one, like both of them are gonna
Yeah.
be bringing some heat, but one of them, it's the
Yeah.
2 year thing. Remember that conversation?
Oh Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
yes. Yeah, plus we also have kind of was like Wakanda Forever. I was like, I wasn't
You weren't ready for it for Wakanda Forever. I mean, I kind of was. I kind of was. Like if they would have put Nakia or the mom in the suit, then I would have been shocked. But I mainly for me because I read the comics and I've been series been the Black Panther like what 2 or 3 times already in the comics. I think
mm.
I kind of saw it coming. Like since everything was good, I kind of like soon
Well,
as
you know what? I think what would
mhm,
have. You know what I think? What would have really up because Wakanda had the technology
mhm.
in order to bring back. Oh gosh, what was his name? Michael B. Jordan.
A Killmonger.
Yeah,
Mm.
they could have brought his character back and put him as
Was he cremated though?
he would kind of. I think so, but there was still, but you could have still did something with that.
Yeah.
That would have
I
been
mean,
neat. Now I did like how the sisters suit that was nice.
yeah.
But
Like
like
my
you
big,
said, if the mama would have popped up and did it, I think that would have been even crazier.
yeah, I would have been like, yeah, like if she would have been the first one, and then like that, and then everything. I don't want to spoil it because I don't know who hasn't seen it, but like if she would have been doing it while Suri was trying to do everything else she was doing with the tech and stuff,
Mm.
and then that happened, and caught off guard, whatever, and then Suri had to don it. It'd have been a
I
good
would have, I
passing,
would,
but
yeah, I would have been like, "Come on, Angela,
yeah.
come on,
But the
Angela, eat."
I'm not talking to you, Suri, but but the thing though that I think was the funniest to me with Black Panther because there were so many people like whenever the Dora Milaje, the ones who got the two that got fired,
Yeah,
and then they came back in those suits, like the Midnight Angel, was it Midnight
mm,
Angel? I think is the name of the suits,
yeah.
and everybody's like, "Those are ugly. Ooh, that's not comic book," and I'm like, "Those quite literally are in the comic book." As soon as I saw them, I was like, they as far as what we can do in reality, they quite literally ripped that from the comic book.
Yeah, it's like,
That was probably
guys.
one of the most because I thought with Syria, like I thought it would maybe in the next one they'll
Yeah.
do the whole fur on her shoulder type stuff
Hmm.
because I was wondering if her suit was gonna have that,
Yeah.
which her suit has had
Yeah, like the one
in
that
the past,
mm,
her Black Panther suit and stuff. But
I don't. Everybody, we've said this time and time again. Please stop saying that's not how the comic book go. Look, it doesn't have to be
mm-mm.
word for word for the comic book.
Exactly.
Come on, let's just be real. Of course, the
It's
Midnight
I say
Angel.
this. Yep, I say this. The comics are good to read just to get a base knowledge, right? But
Hmm.
this is how I do. Like I know the comic material. I don't get on YouTube and talk about it and stuff like that because then of course I'm dealing with people's opinion on what I know about comic book material. That's why I
Yeah.
keep it to the Soverse to us. But I whenever I watch the movies, I've never looked at the movies to be an exact duplicate of the comics. I always looked at the movies to be an interpretation. And then one thing, the biggest thing, especially in DC,
Hmm.
is this multiverse thing. So I have always looked at the cinematic universe as a multiverse.
Yeah.
Marvel kind of ruined that when they went and said the cinematic universe was 616. Then I'm like, okay, for you to say that and then to have your 616 comic books not even matching, you're gonna either anger people or confuse people. It makes no sense. Like you should have just
Yeah.
left it as nope, this is another universe. And then quite literally you could have did whatever you wanted to because most hardcore comic, unless they're hardcore but complaining because they
Correct.
are irritated and whatever reason, you know. But if you just said it was a different universe, I don't think
Correct.
anyone would have cared. Same thing with DC. Like when I was watching all the Snyder stuff, this is a different DC universe.
Hmm.
That's what I figured that because at one point I was like, are they going to take this to Injustice? Like, is that the path they were going to go?
Yeah.
Because when they kept talking about the stuff with Lois and stuff, I was like, yo, they gonna have Lois get like, were they gonna have the Joker? Like, were they gonna do that? Kill Lois and have Superman go nuts?
Yeah.
Because that's the way it was looking like it was going. But even still, I never looked at that and said, this is the exact same universe as the comic book. So Superman has to be exact same as in the
Yeah.
comic. I've never done that. I try to
He has to
separate.
Superman has to have black hair with that S curl
Yeah,
right there. That's the only
exactly.
way I know it's Superman.
And his trunks over his pants. Like I never looked at it like that. I was always like, this is
Only
the
way I
movie.
know that it's Superman. It's like,
Yeah.
come on, yo.
Just like I can tell you y'all this right now. Now, even though I personally, I don't know what I'm gonna do yet because I'm not there yet. And I really don't understand. Like I know movies and how they work. I could easily turn my comics into scripts because I've learned how to do script writing. But I don't even know. Like I may when it goes to the movies, I may even change things there too. Like change some small
Yeah,
things, change characters and stuff like that, just to hey, this is a different universe. They might follow along the same,
it's
but it's different. You
it's
know,
not the same. The reading universe and the actual movie
Mhm.
not gonna be the same.
Not the same. Or
So
make it the exact same. Be like
then that's boring. Then you already
everything
know
is
what's
it.
gonna happen.
Yeah, because you already know what's gonna happen. Everybody goes to the movie like, oh, and that's one of the reasons why they don't make stuff the same.
Yeah, you don't want to do
Because if
that.
you read all the comics, when you go to the movies, you're gonna know exactly what happens.
Word for word, that's gonna be boring. They saying everything
Mhm.
word for word. You can literally sit there with the comic and read it. Just be
Yep.
like, okay, yeah, now they're gonna say this and they actually say that. That's no.
Mhm.
You gotta
Exactly.
switch it up a little bit.
Exactly. Let me see. It's just like with any writing material turned movie, you can't watch it exactly. Yeah,
No,
it is.
no.
Like even with Harry Potter, they had things that were changed from the books that are in the movies. You know, like everything that usually goes from book form to movie form. They did it with the Green
Mhm.
Mile. There were things that were different. You know,
Mhm.
but I think a lot of the complaints too comes with handling the differences because sometimes individuals go too damn far with their liberties.
Yeah.
Or they don't really know the subject material. So when it comes to changing things, they don't change it accurately, which could cause problems. But
Mhm.
that's the reason why I said I'm doing my own movies.
Like I
Because like
look, like I've been telling you, and I've been saying, if I were to ever take the Agent 13 to a movie, it is going to be straight independent.
oh, no, it won't. No, it won't.
What
You'll
makes you
publish under World Turtle.
look at there you go, World Turtle.
World Turtle. I'm doing just like I'm having with his hands on his hips like that, with a briefcase and glasses.
World Turtle.
World
Okay.
Turtle. All right, we're done talking. Hold on, actually, let me see. Let me think. Oh yeah, so something cool. I'm starting to work on. Y'all gonna start seeing some sketches soon. Okay, one of the big things that I did want to announce was Scorpio asked earlier because I know Scorpio was even like, oh wow, I'm gonna start back drawing more. And I know you're probably what? I thought you drew the comics. No, so we have too many titles for me to draw them.
And he ain't got
But
look, y'all. He ain't got the time. He got
I got a
kids.
time. Yo, I got kiddos. I gotta write.
Yeah, he got to
I did.
create. He got to think.
Yo,
That's a little too much.
I homeschool my daughter. Like my time is like sap, but
Yeah.
I do try my hardest to get everything done. But with that being said, freaking, I'm gonna start back drawing, because I need that outlet. I realized how much I missed it when I
Yeah.
was inking stars. You know, which I'm gonna be posting some pictures of that soon of the inks that I've did for Stars Issue 2. If you're on the Patreon, they're already there waiting for you to see them, as
Mhm.
well as a whole bunch of books and other things that are coming to include a short synopsis write-up of Cypher Team issue 3, the beginning. Like there's a lot of stuff over there. So like you will really get in the know, but I'm gonna start posting those to Instagram, some of those pages that I inked.
And it would be nice to have some original art by Tier
Yeah,
Jackson.
exactly. But
Which
I'm gonna
I
be
have,
this
which I have a couple of characters that you can practice on.
that say less. But yeah, so like y'all know, like if y'all when y'all see my inks, you'll know that I'm a good inker, and to be a good inker, you kind of gotta know how to draw. I know a lot
Yeah.
of people think that you don't, but I'm not the type of inker that like
Mhm.
penciler for stars is amazing. So I don't.
Yeah.
I'm an inker that respects what the penciler does. But if some things need to be changed, I will change them. Like some of
Yeah.
the girls, of course, because of their ethnicity, needed wider noses. So those are things that I
Mhm.
changed in inking. Um, boob size, things like that, things that I've changed the inking, um, all the other stuff that I've changed the inking that wasn't to the original. So like even with hands and things like that, to change things around or flip things. But the penciler on that, like Carlos, he's freaking amazing. So, but even still, like I said, to ink, you kind of gotta know how to draw. But for me, I've always been an artist. I've always drawn like all the characters. I'm the one that designed them and came up with their looks. But I'm about to start designing more characters because I'm about to bring Anime Nights to the forefront. So y'all about to see some Sentai like characters popping
Ooh.
up on my Instagram pretty soon for
Mm.
Anime Nights, and that's gonna be dope. I cannot wait. Like I'm so stoked. Like I have in my head the way that I want their gear to look. Like it's in here. It's gonna be clean. It's gonna be so clean.
I've seen something on TikTok that I grabbed, and I don't know if okay, I don't know what y'all use y'all social medias for, but my mom gets on me all the time saying you always on your phone. I said because I'm actually researching on here.
Yeah.
I'm finding different things that I'm like, oh, a character can have this. I literally have folders on all of my social medias where I've
Mhm.
saved stuff. And when I like
Definitely do
when I get that writer, when I get that thing where I don't know what to write about, I can go in there like, oh, I can create a story from there using
Mhm.
that. But I do have I did find something. I have an idea for a character, possibly female. I don't know if I want to make them female or male, but let's just say
Yeah.
it's dealing with a fan.
Done with a fan?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Not an electric fan, but like a,
No, I mean like a fan.
a
Like this person's.
those type of
Oh,
fans.
that type of fan.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
it's
Yeah, I
coming. Yeah,
got.
I haven't came
Mhm.
up. I can kind of see it. I haven't came up with a name yet, or
Mhm.
whether if they or them are going to be he or she or
Mhm.
whatever gender comes up in my head. But
Okay.
yeah,
We'll talk about that more too. Sometimes whenever I get to that point where I can't decide and I have two
mm,
options, I flip a coin.
yeah.
Like really, I do. I flip a coin. It
Because
helps.
if it's a male, they're gonna automatically assume, oh my god, he's gay.
Mm. Yep, evidence a
A
snap fan.
snap fan, yes,
Brrr,
man. I love
brrr.
this. Okay,
A
just to give
Melina
you,
fan.
just to
Melina?
give,
No,
is,
Katana.
is this what's it called?
Yeah,
Just to
Katana
let you
has that.
know, as a little boy, I I used to collect those snap fans. I don't know why.
Because you're in Florida and it's hot.
I just love the way they just snap open and just. I'm just like that is so neat, and I used to collect those as a kid.
Because you're in Florida and it was hot. You need it in
Oh
church.
yeah,
Brrr.
and of course, me in church making that noise. Give me that thing.
It's hot.
The preacher, you be making all
Mama,
that doggone noise in church.
they turned the AC off. There ain't no AC now.
My church, look, my church didn't turn the AC off. We was freezing in there. They knew better.
Yeah. We ain't
All
trying to
them
have
knuckles.
no.
Look, all them knuckles in there.
Yeah, we ain't trying to have no heat strokes. Heat
We
strokes
pay,
in the
look here,
pulpit.
bro.
No,
We
thank you.
paid. Look here, we paid our tithes. We kept that electricity on.
Yep. Heat strokes in the
No,
pulpit.
honey. No, honey. We was in Tampa. We in Tampa, Florida. It gets hot as hell down here sometimes.
Okay. Like I said,
Yeah.
if y'all didn't know, I used to live in Florida, like Miami and Opelika.
That's why.
Mhm.
That's why we say that we related somehow, some
Yeah,
way. But
but
yeah.
I will say this: for for me, those years were not good. So
It gets
I
hot
pay
as
home.
hell down.
I pay homage. I pay homage to that in Cypher Team Mission 3.
That's all. Look, and that's all that's all he's gonna do because he already made up his mind. He ain't coming back. That
Pay
look. That's one
homage.
of the reasons. That's one of the reasons why I have not left. I have a feeling I'm not gonna come back.
Mhm.
I ain't gonna want to come back, but I'm
Yeah,
still here. We'll see.
but
We'll
let me
see
see what else.
where the next house will take us.
Exactly. See what
Never
else is
know.
going on this over there? Like big news. I'm getting back to
Boy, getting
character
back to
designing.
drawing. Look at him. I got
Getting back
that.
to drawing.
Let me
Have a
look.
show.
Let me know how much that is.
Yeah, they gonna be like, damn. So he
Give me
can
my.
do everything.
Let
Yes,
me give
I can.
you. Yeah. I'm gonna. Oh, you're
Mhm.
gonna make some more people mad. Oh.
I'm to the point now where I'm just like,
I'm sorry.
But
I am so sorry. You feel, how could
mm,
how could Noita said in Cypher Team One? I am so sorry that I offended you.
she was talking to a kind of
She really said in the back of her head, I am so
my apologies.
sorry your ass ain't up
My
to my
apologies.
level.
My
So what
apologies.
I'm going to do is here go my suit. I'm gonna go jump out of a plane.
I'm
Show you
gonna
how
jump out
sorry
this way.
I am. With no parachute.
Oh, Scorpio, I got bad news.
Oh shit.
She ain't in issue 3.
Oh, she need a break.
Yeah, to like the tail
That that
end.
that look, that just means she's coming back with something else.
Oh, she is because there is there's a scene I have planned. I'm sorry, y'all. We talking. There's a scene I have planned for her. That's good because I don't know if anybody's noticed this who's read Cypher Team. Now she carries a well, her katana at the point is a tanto size, so it's a short blade. You know, because her blade has the ability to transform, so it can go from tanto to wakizashi to
Mhm.
I hope I pronounced that right to katana, so it can go all 3 forms because she takes and puts her chi into it, and the metal that it's made out of is a metal that they found that came to Earth from space. And it's actually they can make it change on the fly or mold on the fly and stuff like that. If they and she's one of the ones who really became adapt to it because of her kai and because of her electricity and things like that. So she could really make it change like on the fly whenever she needs it. But I don't know if everybody noticed, but like she hasn't pulled that out not one time. The
No.
entire
The
issue
bitch,
1, issue 2, she ain't pull it out
man,
yet.
look there. The bitch too busy conjuring up dragons.
For real, like, and that's the thing too. Is like people
Let me
like
pull
because
it
no
up
one
here.
asks like why is she running around with a sword and she ain't even use it. Like she used the katana. Oh, actually, I'm not saying that because Ebony, you have read issue 2. She used. I'll just say she used a kunai for something that she could have used her sword for. But what I,
Mm,
what I'm saying is when she goes to pull it,
yeah.
it's almost like Cypher Team is going to change, and we're going to see the real Cypher Team. Because right now you're seeing Rhaenys, and Rhaenys is deflecting stuff and doing
Yeah.
his thing. You really get to see what he's capable of in issue 2, Ebony, when it gets to you. But when this part happens,
Hmm.
like she gets pissed, and then I'll
Oh,
just, I'll just say because
she finna get
I'll just
mad.
say it. It's 3 people in here. I'll just say it. You know, she like gets pissed at Feline, hellaciously pissed, and she goes to pull it. And when she goes to pull that katana, the weather starts changing. Like lightning starts
Oh,
dropping everywhere. Like it's crazy. And Rhaenys sees it. And when he sees it, the part that I have written down, when he sees it, he looks up and he's just like, fuck. And even Taro looks and she's like, oh, y'all have one of those. And Rhaenys just like, I'll be back, and just disappears. Right from there, he just goes to her and sheaths the katana back for her. Is like, don't do that. Don't pull that out here. And then just goes back.
mm.
So it's like you get to see how strong both of them really are because Rhaenys is holding back this whole time. And so like, when that happens, he's just like, 1 second, I'll be right back. And just
Typical. Look at it.
disappears.
Check this out. Lorena's typical Libra fashion.
Yep.
Hold
Typical.
back until he really needs to bring it out. And
Mhm.
Scorpio, you piss us off. Okay, bitch. Now I got it. Hold on. Let me get my
Yeah, he had to go. He was like, let me go get. He was like, let me go get my cousin before she damn
yeah.
destroy the city. Like we can't do this anymore. That's pretty much that altercation between them. He's like, let me go get baby cousin
Yeah, let me go.
because
Come
we
on,
can't have any more cities.
calm down.
We can't have any more cities destroyed.
I guarantee
So,
you, the Kunoichi sitting there looking like this. No, she
mm-mm.
like calm down.
like,
No,
like she about to catch these hands. She's about to get
not
these
calm.
katana. But like so like that happens. But like I said, when that happens, it's like Cypher Teams flips a switch, and so you start seeing them actually using their abilities because they're just like, hey,
They're
if
being
those
calm
two,
now.
if those two are opening up, then Pyre
Yeah.
Blade and Alchemy, they're gonna follow suit. They go into a form called Jin's Bane. Y'all seen Jin Hunter mode from Temple High. Jin's Bane is like the next step because they have a Jin Hunter mode, but then they have Jin's Bane, and then they have I think the final form is what did I call it? I can look at my OneNote. But the final form, Damien is the only one who can go into it. And it's crazy. Like he pretty much becomes a damn genie at that point. Like, he's a genie. Um, man, we've been doing all this talking about things that we're doing. We didn't even get on the topics, man.
Look, let's
But
keep going. Look,
let's keep going.
I think we need to have a night where we just be like talk about creativity, which I was going to ask you anyway. But we can probably both answer this. Like when it comes to creating,
Mhm.
like what takes place in your
You
head?
create
Like
in
no,
my head
when you create,
when I create.
I already kind of have an idea. I think every door you have in your head just opens up and just pours out all this
It
information.
does. Everything just pours out, and it's like I pick what I want for the character for the story.
It 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 literally does. Your brain literally downloads
Mhm.
information, and it's like tier 2.0
Mhm. And it just figures things
whenever.
out.
Yeah,
Just like, just like for the stuff when I created, well, not I created, but everybody like all the fans chimeras and stuff like you know came up with an ideal about using something Alice in Wonderland related, right?
Mhm.
And then from there, it was like because they wanted me to bring the Black Rabbit in, which is one of Adam's created cosplay OCs, which is Black Rabbit is in the Yamo
Yeah.
Stigmata now. Um, well, not now, but will be. But they were telling me about that. I'm like, yo, why don't you bring in Alice in Wonderland and all this other stuff? And it just went from there. And then I started talking with them and coming up with ideas. And then it was like,
Mhm.
um, freaking Allison the Mad Hatter was born, which is a dope story. But then even from that, it was like my mind kept pouring in because my mind was like, all right, you're gonna have girls that were like teenagers, in the
Yeah.
90s. How did they get off world? Like we know Tuskegee got off world. And so my mind was like, don't forget your own rule that you created. You said that there is a
Mhm.
barrier around our solar system, in the Silvers. I
Yeah.
think are real too. They said there's some type of gaseous barrier around that will harm humans if we
Yeah.
try to fly through it. But before they said that, I put one around the Silvers because I wanted it to be uh, secluded because there's some other things that we're going to find out as we find out more about the Blue Fire Guardians and stuff like that.
Mhm.
There's going to be some other things that we find out pertaining to Earth and
Yeah.
things that go on. But anywho, so even after doing that, and I was like, how the hell do they get off Earth?
Do they?
So I
Do
started creating trinkets. So like now I got all these different trinkets and stuff all over the world.
Mhm.
So the way they pretty much got off Earth was through the Looking Glass. Quite literally, still using the story. That's how they
Yeah.
got off world. The Looking Glass is actually a portal to the world of to the Red Queen's world. You know, so but there's a lot of stuff coming, like a lot of ideas, and that's just how
Yeah.
my brain works. It just starts throwing things. I'm just like, oh, that's not gonna work, and I just either pick at it or just throw it away entirely until something else comes.
What I do with my stuff when I come into creating, what I do is I have a notepad. I have two phones. My old phone, and I had to get another phone. My
Hmm.
old phone is just for mostly apps and Wi-Fi and stuff like that.
Hmm.
I literally have my notepad full of like different stories and characters and things like that.
Hmm.
These characters literally just pop in my head, which I think is in a way it's kind of scary.
It is. It's kind of scary,
I'm just
but they
like, is this another part of me that I haven't that I'm slowly tapping into, or
I think there's some inside jokes and thoughts about that writers
yeah,
have multiple personalities because of the fact that a lot of us really get invested into the characters that we
yeah,
create. Like there's a lot of writers who will just write a character and
mhm.
that's it. But then there's a lot of writers that write their character and they can tell you everything about that character from like birth to where they're at
it
now
all
and
it
then
all it
on to
all
the
just
future,
starts.
you know?
It's like I can
Yeah.
automatically picture them, what they're wearing, how they're dressed, if they have weapons or not.
Mhm.
Will they have some type of powers? Will they not have powers? Stuff like that. But it's just they just they just pop into my head because my mom would always tell me, she was like, ever since you was a little boy, you always talk to yourself. She's like, you always had that imaginary friend. And I was just
Yeah.
like, what? And she was like, no, you always had that imaginary friend. That didn't happen to me when I was in middle school. I wasn't paying attention and I was over there talking to myself and everybody saw. And of course, they made fun of me and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He said, you always had that imaginary friend. And I was like, okay, who is this imaginary friend? And then that's really
Alex.
how Alex was. Because crazy thing, I've always wanted a twin brother. Always.
Mm.
I've always wanted a twin brother, but I never had a twin brother. I've always wanted to be the annoying little brother and have an older brother. I always
Yeah.
wanted that. But
I feel that.
and I think this is how it came, and I think that's what the imaginary friend. I think I was talking to Alex the whole time
Very
because I
possible.
was I was literally like, because I was doing one thing and my mom telling me to go do something else. No, skip school.
Very.
No,
Mm.
no, we're not gonna do that.
Yeah. Like very possible. I know like a lot of characters that I've poured a lot of
I'm
energy
not.
into.
Oh, hold on. I'm not crazy, y'all. By the way,
No, it's not crazy. My characters talk to me all the time. All the time. All the time.
I'm serious, y'all. Look, if you do any type, it's funny, but if you do any type of writing like that, where you're creating a character,
Mhm.
these characters will have a full blown
If
conversation
you
with you
listen.
in your head if you're listening. Like
Yep.
he'll I could be writing and then I could be like, no, I don't want to say that. Like that sounds crazy. I don't want to say that, and I can literally hear a voice say, no, put that in there. I'd be
Yep.
like, no, I don't want to say that, and now I hear
Just
this.
like
And I hear this bitch ass. You too pussy to say. I'm like, oh, okay. That's him talking. Let me put it in there.
yeah. It's just
He's speaking.
like I tell the story about Della, like the way I was gonna make Della, and everybody loves her now because that the version of Della that y'all see in Temple High, that's what the character told me they were. Because
Yeah.
the way that I was gonna do it, I was gonna make her a almost like bully type because she
Hmm.
got bullied, so she became a bully in a sense. But low key, she's kind of a bully hater type. So she
Yeah.
had the chip on her shoulder. And as I was getting ready to start writing her and stuff, I just heard a voice like, "Nah, that ain't me. I'm the
Yeah.
life of the party. I love to have fun. I love everybody, you know, just as long as you're not an asshole." And I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I hear you." And that's what I ended up writing Della as. That's why now she's more the life of the party. Like
Hmm.
If you read Temple High, she is the most not the most animated, but I would say she's the one that's always freaking laughing
Yeah.
already. So it's like you see her and she's always laughing, and that's just that's just the character that
Yeah.
the
I
way the
mean,
character said they wanted to be. Like even with Sayala, like I saw an old sketch I did of her, and
hmm.
I was gonna kind of make her like not a full on bad girl, but kind of like the way that she is in the book, how she has the two sides.
Yeah.
So it's like she has that meek side until you back her in the corner, and then it's like that other side comes out. That
Hmm.
other side was supposed to be her the entire go round. That was just supposed to be her. Um, but then like as I started writing, that meek side started talking like, no, no, I actually would back away. I wouldn't do it. So it's like I'm like, oh, okay. So I started writing her in that manner. Like same with Damien, with a little bit with his arrogance. Like he's
Yeah.
arrogant, stoic, but in the same vein, he's smart. And we're gonna see more of that as the story goes
But
on.
yeah.
You're like, oh, maybe he's not as dumb as
Yeah.
or you know, um, off the panhandle as I thought he was.
And the
You
same
know, so
thing. The same thing when it comes to Alex and Ebony. To answer your question, yes, ma'am. I am an only child on my mom's side. My dad's side, I'm the middle child, and God knows what number because Papa was a rolling mountain. So
damn,
yeah, yeah, we don't know. It's a whole idea.
not a rolling mountain.
Yeah,
Jesus
Mount
Christ.
Everest, the whole
Damn.
rolling mountain.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but
I feel that.
anywho, yeah, that's how I think Alex is a version of me that I've been like hiding in because I'm like I don't want
Mm.
people to see this side of me. I don't want people to see this. But it was like an old I had saved it. It's like an old Chinese saying that said and someone else said that too. That's why I based my book off of that we are human beings, which is plural, is more than one.
Mhm.
There's a face that you all see, every day. This is Scorpio Chronicles right here, the comic book. But there's other sides to me, like you haven't seen the like you haven't seen the business side of me.
There you go, Scorpio.
See, Ebony, be careful. We might be cousins. I haven't met that side of my family yet. So yeah,
But
but just to let you know, I don't know what none of them look like. So yeah, but but you haven't seen the business side of me, which is
Mhm.
First T Manning, the entrepreneur side. That motherfucker, you think that Alex is an asshole. When it comes to business, I don't care whose feelings I hurt. If you're not doing the job, I have no problem with firing you and finding somebody else. I've done it before.
there you go.
So and then you have my hide, keep him under lock and key behind a safe and a brick wall, and then there's another safe. That's Alex. Because once he gets out, no one's safe.
Yep.
It's
There's
over. It's just done.
like even my villains have a lot of me in them, but there's gonna be a villain that pops up real soon that is quite literally gonna be, well, I'll say two villains. Because one of the villains you're gonna meet him in Cypher Team issue 3.
Yeah.
And there's what I will say this, what makes him villainous is the same questions that I've asked myself
Mhm.
in real. And then I kind of put that in that form. Like, what would I do if I had that ability and this was going on? And I told the truth.
Yeah.
Would I be a standing for justice hero? Probably not. I'll be melting faces. Just being honest. Because some people, justice doesn't work. Don't believe me? Look at the world now. We don't even have
Yeah.
superheroes, and justice don't even make people do the right thing.
Nope.
Some people just need to be burned. I'm just being for real. Like, that's the war combat side of me talking. But dead ass, like some people
But
just
need to just. I mean,
they're just
hey,
broke, and you try to fix them and you end up getting
there's
hurt in
no
the
fixing.
process. But
Yeah, you can't
so
fix
there's
everybody. You're gonna wear yourself
yep.
out trying to do
So
that.
both of these villains that are really gonna be mimicked after me that you're
Mhm.
gonna see, they have that mindset. It's like they can't be fixed. It's too far gone. I've
Yeah.
tried. I've tried it the right way. I've tried it the nice way. I've tried it the quiet way. I've tried it the way you've asked me to, and you
Hmm.
still don't listen. So now I'm putting my foot in your ass. And that's how they're gonna
Yeah.
be. And when they show that side, I know one of them is gonna be hellaciously shocking. And
Mm.
there's only a handful of people who know about that villain.
Question
One of
for
them is
you.
gonna what's up?
Question for you.
Mhm.
Is any of your female villains like the female part of you?
Uh let's see.
Because what if you all believe it or not, we were all females before we were males. So
Yeah, people don't know. People don't do science.
like they
People don't do science.
like I told you how I said on this other podcast, they said before we all were men, we were in the womb, we were all a bunch of
And we're
bitches.
all women. Like, soon as conceive happened, everybody had
We were a bunch of bitches. We had a vagina.
half fallopian tubes.
We did.
And
We
then you
did.
got the
We
extra
just
chromosome
then
and
we
things
got
start
that
changing.
that's
You
it.
know.
But is there any
Um,
of them that has that? Will you be like, if Teal was a female, that would be him right there?
there's actually one coming. There's actually one
Okay.
coming. And who I believe has the most of me in her. And she's kind of like our world's kingpin in a sense. She has melanism. So
Oh,
she's like jet black hair, jet black skin, beautiful. But her powers revolve around fear. And so she pulls your fear into reality, and that's how she makes you do whatever she says. So
hmm.
all of her lieutenants can't, like, they're like, it's not that they can't be
Hmm.
corrupted by her. It's just that they are to a point where they're kind of sadists. So when she pulls their fear out, they get off on it. They're like Hellraiser, like the
You're like,
Hellraiser
oh
Cenobites
yeah,
is almost kind of like how her lieutenants are. Like they get off on it. They're like, that's pleasurable. Please
yeah,
show me some more. And they are so entranced in, like, I know a lot of people are like, well, if they can't be affected, what stops them from turning against her? She is their pinhead.
yeah.
And that's all, like, that's the reason why the Cenobites never turn against pinhead. Because they're just like, if we beat him or take him out,
we're
how are
done.
we gonna get our
It's like
yeah.
getting rid of the queen. If you kill the queen, the whole mound dies.
Exactly. Exactly, you know.
So
So, and that's kind of how she is. So she has her lieutenant, she has her fingers in everything. You're actually going to start seeing her real soon because
mhm.
Stop, which is a book that ends up tying into her and the things that
uh
she's doing is going to be starting in March.
mm,
Um then there's a book called Omen, and you're going to start learning about her because she has her hands in everything. I'm talking government, police, like like her hands are everywhere. She's just controlling everything, and everybody's afraid of her because they're just like she knows too much. Like she knows everybody's deepest fear.
get
Like
out
she
of
knows
my
too much.
look, get out of my head, bro. Because you know I have a female character coming soon that we talked
Oh
about, and I told you about her. If
yeah,
I was,
she's very Freddy. She's
yeah,
evil though. She's
I
evil as
love
shit.
that. I
We
love
meet
that
her
type of
son.
dark.
We're gonna meet her son too. She has a son that's gonna be popping up in Temple High soon.
I love that
We're
type of
gonna meet
dark.
him.
I love
Yeah.
that type of dark shit. But yeah, I do have. I also have a female character. I don't know when she's coming, when I'm gonna bring her in. But this is gonna be. If I was a female, trust me, you're gonna see me all throughout this. You're gonna be like, "Oh, Scorpio was a female. This is how he would be."
There-
Let's just say she's another. Yeah, you
There's
gonna.
another there's another villain that has me in them thoroughly. Like I made, and she's a girl, and I made sure I put. But there's a reason why, because we share signs.
Mm,
So in the Soverse, I know I have mentioned this on lives, but one of the pantheons in the Soverse is the Zodiac.
yeah, you
If
mentioned
you
that.
have Cipher Team issue 1, go back and read the speech that was the dialogue that was being said. Look at the emblem in the back. On the very first page, there's an emblem in the back of that
Mhm.
caption. That emblem is for Serpentarius. For people who don't know, there's 13 zodiacs, not 12.
Yeah.
Serpentarius is the 13th zodiac. If you're into anime, you probably have seen it with Knights of the
Mhm.
Zodiac or Saint Seiya, which is the real name for it,
Mhm.
or in Fairy Tale, because they talked about it there. That's where they kind of introduced
Yeah.
Serpentarius too. So we have Serpentarius in ours. So Serpentarius is like that's another reason why they kind of wanted to kick away the cusp ideal of the zodiac, because Serpentarius is that. So like if you're a cusp, you're technically direct of Serpentarius, and you're
Correct.
both signs of whatever you fall into.
Yeah.
Long story, I did a lot of research when I created my zodiac
Okay.
side of this over. So
You can
all of
tell
that
by
stuff,
you can tell by the
yeah,
writing.
yeah. So
You
all of
ain't
that
just put
stuff
it.
is in there.
You ain't pull it out your ass.
Yep. I didn't. I did a lot of research, like when I
Yeah.
wanted to do certain things, and just figured out how to make it work. And so there's a Libra character. She's a girl, Libra, and she ain't shit to play with, man. Like I don't want to give. I know no one's gonna remember because we're not really to the Zodiac Chronicle yet. And once we get to the Zodiac Chronicles, and y'all start meeting these Zodiac gods, and they start coming. Oh, I will say this: the reason why they're pissed at humanity.
Mhm.
If you go back and read that caption and the things that Serpentarius was saying in there about
Mhm.
them no longer helping, them turning their back to them because humanity only looks at the zodiac, like they used to look to them for guidance and knowledge, and now they
Yeah.
only look to them for sex and relationships. The zodiac is pissed. so,
Yeah.
so
I
they're
mean,
coming
I
eventually.
can
There's going to
I
be a
can
big crossover event where they're not
I can
happy with
understand why
humanity.
I can understand why they will be pissed because it's more to it than just
Yeah,
the sexual physical part.
yeah.
You know, you're missing a lot of other stuff. You said that was Cipher Team 1.
Issue 1. If you go
I
in
have
there
to
and
go
look,
back
like
and read that.
the first couple of pages going through all the way up to everything starts. So like Serpentarius is still talking when we get to meet
Uh-huh.
the little girl, the little cat girl that everyone
Yeah.
loves, and because that's she was gonna be a one time, y'all. Just to let y'all know, Amelia was gonna be a one and done, but everybody loved her so much and thought she was so cute. We brought her back,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna tell y'all how she's being used, but SJ has that all under control. So SJ will be using Amelia. It has that all under control. I mean, wouldn't you be pissed as well? Is what Ebony says. Exactly, Ebony.
Yeah.
And that's right there.
Because
What you just said
it's
is
more
exactly why I did it, Ebony. Because I thought about it myself. Like, how would I feel if someone who said that they needed me, said that I was everything for them, said that, they learned from me and all this other stuff. And then all of a sudden it's just like they flip the switch and it's like, oh, I don't need you. You're only good for such and such.
Yeah.
You'll be angry,
I mean,
especially
you
if you
there's
guided them a lot.
especially when they've created it more.
Hmm.
So that lets me know that besides the physical, if you really tap into it, you're more powerful than you think you are.
Exactly.
There's things that you
And that's,
haven't even touched yet that you don't realize
yep,
you have.
yep,
And
and
what
that's the
page?
thing too.
What page is that on? Because I'm in
So it's
Cypress.
like it's the first page through I think one, 2, 3, and 4. And you'll see it as a black caption with the purple writing.
Ah,
And if you
yeah,
look behind the purple writing, you'll see the staff, and then you'll see the zodiac symbol, which is a U. Like the staff head kind of looks like a snake almost. I did like a Y, like a
yeah,
cobra. Then you see the U, which is the Serpentarius. So the reason why I did that, y'all, because Serpentarius, like if anybody, like I said, I did a lot of. I'd like to research when I write.
yeah,
Serpentarius's original sign actually is the medical sign. So the sign that you see in
yeah.
medicine is actually Serpentarius's sign. There's actually the symbol for that, but there's also the U one too. So that's the reason why I created that staff like that. I put the U in there, had the staff, and the head of the staff kind of looks like Jafar's snake staff a little bit. It just doesn't have a snake face.
Yeah.
It just has the wide around the oval like a cobra. But yeah, we get to meet all of them, and man, some of the powers these jokers have. I think it's either Aquarius or Pisces. I think it's Aquarius. I think this is an Aquarius power. And when I came up with this power, I was like, maybe I made this sign too OP.
Oh well.
Because Aquarius can, like, Aquarius being a water sign, so on and so forth, like they can make it
Yeah.
rain. So they make it rain. But also Aquarius is also seen as an ethereal sign, right? A sign that's usually spacey, things like that. So not only can they make it rain, but they can send their consciousness through the raindrops and control everybody that the rain touches.
And that look, see, boy, your ass. I swear.
So when she go off, that's it. Like she's the type like, I don't want to fire you. I don't want to fire you. Piss her off. It
Okay.
start raining. Just hey, go in the house. Like don't get no droplets.
Imagine that she's standing there out there in the rain, just staring at you, haven't blinked
Yeah,
at
just
all,
staring.
just looking at you.
Yep. And
Yo,
Aries,
that right there just got me because I had read something. This guy who's on Instagram, he studies the zodiac, and he mentioned something about Scorpio, which Alex is a Scorpio,
Mhm.
and how you get so dark. Why we love to know your deepest and darkest secrets.
yeah,
We get so dark to the point where it's like we're the type of beings where we can literally walk through hell and walk out of it. It's like you won't touch us. So that's why I love John Constantine. He can literally go from heaven to hell if he wants to.
yeah. I think I'm gonna send you the write up for the signs that I have so you can see them. Because I know you learn a lot about the zodiac. I think I'm seeing that. Oh, I found my gen forms because I have them in my notes. That's another thing I do too. For anybody out there that wants to create, here's some advice to you, right? If you have a phone, I think every phone has a notes app, but if not,
Yes, it
just
does.
download a simple notes app. Because I use my notes app on my iPhone, and whenever ideas pop in, I have my folders that I create, and I'll put the ideal in there, and it helps out a lot. So, but yeah, the gen forms that I have, there's Gen Hunter, which of course we saw with Damien.
Mhm.
We haven't seen his parents go into it yet, but they will go into it. And then there's Jen's Bane, and then there's Jen's Reaper, Jen's Fate, and Jen's Dogma. Damien is the only one who's made it, who can make it to Jen's Dogma, which is that's just for a human to have that ability. Like it's gonna talk a little bit more about his lore. I still haven't fully figured out things about him, but only thing I know is that this dude is so powerful in his future. The woman that he ends up marrying, he ends up getting her pregnant, and he passes his while she's carrying his child, he passes his power on to her through the child. So a person who never had powers before gets his same power set because it passes over with the child.
So crazy.
Like it's like they start looking at it like, what is up with his DNA, and then they're gonna find out something. I'm not gonna tell y'all what it is, but
you got
they'll find out something later.
You got some P chromosomes. Forget the X and Y.
Exactly right. So it's like
we never had before.
Never seen before. That's what I tell everybody. Before. Like everybody reads the books and they're like, "Is this it?" Like, no. Like I don't. I know we're on the internet, but I don't blow my wad in issue one. I don't do that. Like,
No.
so when I tell y'all there is some shit on the way, there's some shit on the way. Stuff that I haven't even said yet, but it's written down and I know what's coming.
Yeah.
Like, there's Obsidious. There's a story arc called Obsidious that's on the way. Cypher Team issue 3, actually Cypher Team issue 1 and issue 2, issue 3 especially, is all leading up to Obsidious. And what I have planned for Obsidious is just
Mind blowing.
is not but it's just gonna be awesome. I think a lot of people are gonna like the content because my main thing is what I've been trying to do is I wanted to make sure I do something different because there's a lot of people who read my books who are comic readers, but then I also have a lot of there's a lot of people who are in the Soulverse who've never read comics before or weren't really big into comics and they decided to let the Soulverse be their jump off point. So I wanted to do something different that would set my books apart from everyone else's. The one thing that I will tell y'all is the way that I'm going to be doing my cross title events. This might be dumb, because I know Marvel and DC, what they do, they'll have a cross title event that they have the books for those cross title events. But then they have, but if you read, X-Men 22 or, Action Comics 47 or whatever, I'm giving numbers. I know Action Comics is way past that, but I'm just giving numbers, y'all, for everybody out there. We're past 47. No doubt. But
shut up.
What I'm saying is, shut up. What I'm saying is, they spread it across all these books. And one of the big complaints that I heard from a lot of comic readers is like, I don't want to go buy all of these books. And then it's like, when I get that book, it doesn't even have a huge part of that cross title event. It just has something small. So one of the things that I'm doing is like when we go to cross title events, every book is going to be like a funnel. So you have every book, and this includes The Agent, this includes Hellcat, this includes books that are in Sovereign Black that are coming. This includes books that are in Sovereign Orange because those are the main ones. Even Enyamo Stigmata is going to play a small part in Obsidious because it kind of has to, but it's going to play a small part in there. But all of the books start funneling into that one cross title event, and then it becomes one book until that cross title event is done, and then everybody goes back to their own books. I figured that would just be easier for people to track and people to follow. So now you get a true cross title event. You're seeing all of the characters you like within that, and it's not going to be a small event. It's not going to be like 2 books and done. It's going to be 7, 8, floppies,
like a series almost, pretty much.
Yeah, like another series. Until it's finished. But there's a lot coming. There's Obsidious that's on the way. There's me introducing Atlantis. There's me introducing Antares, which I told you about Antares, Scorpio. There's me introducing that.
Lord have mercy.
There's me there's that, man. There's me introducing the Zodiac. There's me in Stars. There's introducing the Raptors. Like the Raptors haven't even gotten there yet. Like there's me introducing.
Let's just work, bro. Let's just work.
There's so much stuff that is written down that is on the way. Like I said, just if y'all support, keep supporting. Like it's not is enough. Is years of content. My biggest deal was being able to produce that years of content, but now I think we'll be fine.
We can be done.
I think we get to the point of being fine. The fan base is amazing. So you have some backing.
You got some writers now that's like, okay, you can literally like, okay, here, finish this right here, and we can we're the type of writers where we can literally like catch on where you left off and come up with crazy stuff because our minds all. In order, I'm not going to even say that. You have to be a little bit off to understand the people in the Chimera. Be a writer in the Chimera Kingdom, because for some reason, somehow, some way, we literally feed off each other. It's literally like venom. It jumps off a tear and it comes onto us, and we're just like, I'm going to eat him. No.
Please don't.
Can I eat him now? Your liver's looking delicious. It's like that type of stuff. It's crazy. It's crazy how we can all be sitting in a chat, drop a subject, and everybody like,
Yeah,
and we just like, damn, we just created a
and we
whole
just know,
damn arc right here. So
and everybody just spitting off of each
it was
other.
like, let's just start writing. You write this part, you write this part, you write this part, and we just bring it
We're gonna
together.
we're gonna do one. I kind of
Yeah.
do want to do like a Soulverse anthology, like something that's either off the panels, like create new characters that we haven't seen, and then just do like an anthology, or just take some of the more obscure characters,
Mhm.
and well, the characters we haven't seen, they're the obscure ones, just do like a anthology. I've thought about that. I'm gonna talk to everybody about that.
That would be bad as hell.
Everybody just write like a simple, what,
It's like what?
8 to 10 page story.
Yeah, like a short little story arc of them, how they came, almost like an origin, almost
Yeah.
kind of like an origin.
Hey, I'm gonna share this with you, Squirt.
Go ahead.
Uh, let me see if I can see if it'll let me do a link. Yep, it will.
Awesome.
So you let me know what you think of these ideas for that. But yeah, everybody, this was
This was
thank you all
fun,
for
y'all.
dropping in.
We appreciate.
I think we might do this because like I really wanted to start opening up the show more because like
Yeah.
it's cool to talk about the news and things that are going on out there, but
Mhm.
I think talking to people more about writing and then the creative process, and of course also y'all, we're bringing the interviews are coming back. So this week, be prepared for um an announcement. I'm gonna announce it on my Sovereign Comics page, but it's also going to be on the Bridge Instagram page.
Mhm.
And I was gonna have a link where you can go and sign up if you want to do if you want to be interviewed. So keep in mind, our interviews are for creators, cosplayers,
Yeah.
small business owners, things like that. So
Mhm.
you,
Yeah, it's almost like a way of kind of like promoting you also.
Mhm.
So kind of look at it like free promotion, marketing stuff like that, things of that matter. So that's also a good that also helps you also something we don't mind doing. Um, I'm still waiting for us to I'm still manifesting us some endorsements, bigger shows, YouTube plaques, you know, get the
We'll get there.
100,000 subscribers.
Yeah,
You
we'll
know,
get there.
just looking forward to that happening. You know, and the show getting bigger, of course, but not too big that we lose sight, which I'm sure we
Yeah.
won't. We're the type of
No.
people that if you'll have to come, you'll have to ask us, can we do this with you? We're not gonna be chasing after nobody and doing crazy stuff to get in rooms. You have to come and knock on my door to come in my room. So yeah, I don't. I never wanted to be that person that has to chase after contracts just to get. I've always wanted to build my own stuff. Thank God I got some people now that I can build with, build my own stuff to where you have to come to me. I'm not running and chasing you. Look at my stuff. Look at my writing. Look. It's a good story.
Yeah. That
Look.
was never fun. That was never fun.
No, I don't
'Cause,
like that.
you know,
Yeah. We are,
but
yeah, we got some other stuff coming too that we're working on that we're not going to announce yet.
there's a lot on the way.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there's a lot on the way. But I will say this: like some of the cons y'all could probably will be seeing me at is a Kai Con. I'll be there. Colorado Springs Comic Con. I'm gonna get back there again.
Where is KaiCon again? That's in Tennessee,
Nashville.
Nashville, Tennessee.
Yep.
And when is it again?
End of July. I have fun with it though. Like last year when I went, man, it was dope. It was really cool. Like it's a small con. Like it's not massive,
Uh,
but the people that go there are really cool.
I'm not worried
Yeah.
about the size. It's just
Yeah.
I would like to go. It's just trying to get there.
Yeah.
I
It's
mean,
really cool.
not saying like trying to get there is a problem. It's just that I have to like plan stuff out.
Set the time aside. Yeah.
Yeah,
Makes
I got
sense.
a plan for that. I can't just unfortunately just up and go. which I
Yeah,
I, I
that's why.
I need to get a con experience. So I need to go to a couple of them down here in
Mhm.
Tampa.
Yeah, go to
So
some close. Like that's the reason why I didn't go into anything during the year because this year for me has just been
mhm.
busy. So that's the reason why I haven't gone to any in the year. Like even some of the ones that I usually go to, I didn't.
Well,
I didn't go to, but
yeah, yeah, yep. That is crazy. But yeah, we got some stuff coming up for y'all.
it's. I gotta put this up here.
For what?
So to answer that question, BlurredCon, is it in the future for y'all? So this is the thing. This is what I have to say about that. I was raised that if someone doesn't want to play with you, you go about your way. If someone doesn't want to be your friend, you go about your way. If you ask and someone doesn't give you the attention, you go about your way. You get your own ball, you go to your own court, you do your own thing. I've asked BlurredCon to let me get a table for over 6 years and have never been answered. So I will never attend the con. Ever. Ever. Even if now, and I know a lot of people say, well, it's BlurredCon, they might be busy. I've had Fan X Salt Lake answer me back. I've had conversations with them where they have invited me to their con. New York Comic Con has answered me back. You know what I'm saying? So it's like FanX Denver has answered me back. So I,
It's no excuse.
to me, it's just like there's no excuse. Like these big ass cons have answered me back,
Mhm.
and either say yes or no. Either would be feasible. Like say no, that's fine too. You know, but like I said, FanX Salt Lake has said yes. But in that same vein, is like for me, I just because of the way that I was raised and just because of the type of person that I am, I can't get. I don't chase after people. I don't like it. I don't do it
Man,
because to me, when you do that, you leave people at your own. You leave people at their. You leave yourself at their devices. Then they can do whatever they want
you're
to
at
you
their
because
mercy because it's almost
exactly.
as if
And
you're
yeah,
you're being needy now. It's like
exactly.
so they can offer you crap. They can
Yep.
offer you scraps, and then you'll
That's
you'll take it
that's
because
the reason.
yeah,
Exactly. That's the reason why I never begged for Marvel and DC to show me representation. I went and started Siren Comics because I don't want to be left to anyone's devices. I don't, because when you do that, they control it. They control everything.
yeah.
So, like I said,
Sometimes
6 years,
yeah,
never got anything. So I'm just like,
sometimes it
so
gets like that.
even when movies start and they're like, hey, you want to come? No, I
Some
tried.
it's sad. Yeah, it's like I don't want to be in rooms that I wasn't invited in the first place.
Exactly. And that's just how I was always
So
raised.
I don't
So
I
I
don't
do
need
that in adulthood.
I don't need to be there. It's so and that's one thing that always stuck with me that I heard this saying years ago, and I heard the saying from Kim Kimball, the hairstylist. Her mom always told her, she said, man's rejection is God's protection. There's a reason why they're not answering you back. You're being protected. These people may take you through the ringer. They may,
Mhm.
do all kind of stuff which are they may not treat you properly. You may get the shit end of the stick. So
Yep. That's why
yeah.
even when I look at stuff too, like even with society, like I joke about it, but in the
Mhm.
same vein, if I'm not included, that's fine to me. A lot of times I don't make myself and put myself in a position to be included because one, again, I being honest, I don't really trust anyone. So there, if I'm putting that out there, that's just straight up
Me
honesty. That's the
neither.
reason why if you're in the Chimera Kingdom, you've probably broke through some type of barrier where I'm like, okay, I see you. But a lot of people I can't. Because honestly, it's because not because I have issues, but it's because people have shown me that you can't be trusted. Like one dude, like when I first started off with comics and stuff, and this is the reason why I kind of
Yeah.
like people, hey, let's form a group, and I can't really form a group with a lot of people anymore. Like, and this has happened
Mm-mm.
to me a couple of
Mm-mm.
times, but I remember one time, and I didn't really fall for it. But like one dude was like, hey, we can all come together, make our comics together, blah blah blah. But when everything came down to it, and it came to signing contracts when we started this thing, it was like oh, my comic book company is going to be the headline one, and yours just going to be there. And it's like, why? When this is my IP. So after that, it was like, okay, I see there's a lot of shiesty people out here. So I typically try not to work with a lot of people. And then if I do work with you, it's because you've shown that I could put a little bit of trust in you. But even still, people are broken that too.
Yeah.
So it's like,
We don't feel bad. Look, I'm a Scorpio. That'll tell you all together. I don't trust nobody. I love you dearly, but do I now if I let down my wall and I start talking to you and telling you all the stuff about me, okay, then like you said, you've earned my trust then. So that means you can
so
ask me anything and I answer your question without hesitation because I know my business is not going to be used against me and stuff like that. So, yeah, 6 years of
exactly,
nothing.
exactly. I mean, that's the reason why I was just like, yeah, I'm done. I tried again this year. I told MG, SJ, and everybody, I was like, hey, I'm gonna try, see what happens. Same thing, nothing. So I'm just like, there's only so many times you can knock at the same door or call the same number before you're just like, okay, I guess it's
That
just
makes time number
they're not
seven.
there anymore, huh?
That makes year number seven.
That would have made six. That would
Oh,
have made
that's
six.
six.
Mhm.
Because I was going to say if it's year number seven, completion. That means let it go. It's completed.
I
You
let it go at
completed the
six.
circle. Yep, you've completed the circle.
I let it go at Lucifer's number.
Six, six, six. That lets you know something right there. That the damn devil. Come on, y'all, stop. Sometimes we gotta stop falling for stuff like
God.
we gotta stop falling for crazy stuff like that. This is for a whole nother show. We gotta stop falling for crazy stuff like that, like people putting that put black owned in front of their business. Look, sometimes that's just a thing to get your attention. They really don't care about you.
Right.
That's a whole nother show and a whole nother topic, a whole nother hour plus two more shows after that to talk about stuff like that.
Mm.
That's why you never really hear me say I'm a black owned business. No, sugar, I'm a business.
No problem with business. Either you support me, you don't. That's another thing too. Like, I don't want you to support me because I'm black. Don't. I want you to support me
Yeah,
because my shit's good.
thank you. I don't need you to coddle me.
Like if that's how you got your foot in the door, I appreciate it. But let's hope that you're staying because
I hope you're staying because okay, no, but no, they
my
actually
shit's
got
good.
some good shit over there.
No.
I don't want you. Don't coddle me. Don't pat me on the back. It's okay. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna make it. Oh, I am gonna make it. I know that. They have no choice. I ain't come this far for nothing. It's going to be successful.
No.
So
Where we at? Hour and 30 minutes,
one
y'all.
thirty,
And
one
we
thirty.
ain't talk about not one subject. We just talked about us. I mean, we've been gone for a while, so we
Yeah,
just
we
like
we
talking
needed
to
to kind of
everybody.
like vent a little bit and let people know what's going on in the kingdom and where we've been. Hopefully, you all missed us.
Fun stuff on the way.
Yeah.
Dope books on the way. Like Stars issue 2. Like I said, those the first
Hmm.
half. So this is another thing too. Like the first half, we got 3 ash cans that are coming. So Hellcat, Agent, Stars
Hmm.
issue 2. So those are going
Well,
to be ash cans. So
hmm.
the way you get those ash cans, one way, I know Scorpio has something that's going on, which I'll let you explain for yours.
Hmm.
But I do think the agent might be coming in with what I have planned with the
Yeah.
like similar to the other things, but like with Stars and Hellcat,
Hmm.
for certain people who make a purchase, like you come and buy a comic, I'm gonna slip you an ash can so you can
Yeah.
see, you know, where those books are at and stuff like that and what's coming
Hmm.
and what to expect. And same thing, trying to have probably gonna have a lot more ash cans at the con at a KaiCon this year.
Hmm.
Um, because I know some of the books are gonna be in works, like Cypher Team.
Yeah.
The ash can won't even show anything.
You got to just have
I
a
don't think
blank.
the ash
Just
I
have a
don't think
blank
the ash can's
cover.
gonna show
Look,
anything.
just have a blank cover and just let it say Cyber Team 3.
Yeah, just
Don't
say
say
Cypher Team 03.
nothing.
Just have
Don't say
dust on the
anything.
bottom, just
That's
rolling
it.
away like that.
You'll be like,
That's
what
what I
the
should
hell
do.
is this?
That should be the cover. Just says Cypher Team and just like dust.
That's it.
Just going.
That's it.
Because quite literally, that's what issue 3 is. I'm not saying it's dust. I'm just saying the crap that happens.
Yeah.
I mean, it's and if you've read comics, you've seen it. You've seen crazy crap happen in comics. I just want to bring crazy crap to my comics, and there's gonna be crazy crap. And it's, I think people who know me are probably gonna look at it and like, dang, who hurt you?
What's wrong
No
with
one.
you?
No one hurt me.
What
It's
are you
just
on?
storytelling.
Yeah,
Just
sometimes you
storytelling.
just need to get that out. But yeah, with my ash can, I am going to be doing something very unique. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do. Of course, Tier's going to have some, of course, but I think I'm only going to do 13 of them. But it's not just going to be the ash can. It's going to be an ash can with some other stuff for purchase. It's going to be like a nice little box with some goodies in it. I'm not going to tell you exactly what I'm going to have in it because I'm still getting those things together. But it's going to be a nice little box to introduce the ash can to give you that preview. But it's only going to be 13 of them, one per household. It depends on how that do. I may do a second round of another 13. May. No guarantees, but we'll see. But yeah, that's what's coming. It's gonna be coming soon.
Fun times on the way.
Oh yeah, fun time.
We hope y'all enjoyed. We hope y'all enjoyed the
Enjoyed
show.
y'all.
I'm gonna get back to some writing.
I'm gonna get back to some other characters popping up in my head and writing.
And do some other. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Next show, we're actually gonna talk about some stuff. There might be some new stuff in the news.
Yeah.
Some of the things we're gonna talk about. Yeah, some of the things we're gonna talk about tonight was like the whole aliens crap. Those were not aliens, y'all. Somebody.
Oh, they supposedly shot down in the air.
Like, how can you not see something for so long and then all of a sudden have the ability to shoot it down? I've worked for this government's military. I'm telling you, that's not the case. No, it's not aliens.
And how do you just shoot it down? If they have the highest technology, how do you just shoot it down?
You don't.
Boom, it's gone.
That's what you tell people who trust the government and don't know anything.
Yeah, I don't trust them as far as I can throw them, and that's not that far.
Yeah. And we're also going to talk about the Flash, some of the things being heard in that.
I can't wait
to
see that.
2 test screening. That was horrible. We were going to talk about that. That was horrible.
Ouch.
Then there was the rumor has it.
Rumor has it. Uh-oh.
See, look, I did it. And then it was going to be like, is Kevin Feige leaving Marvel? I know y'all would have loved that conversation. But guess what? We'll talk about that. Like, honestly, it's probably going to be old news, and I guarantee you there's going to be an article. The reason why I have rumor has it up there, that is our rumor mill type story. Like, it's a rumor.
It's not. Yeah, we don't know for sure.
No one knows. Yeah. And then our what the fuck segment, aliens. Wasn't aliens, y'all. They didn't shoot down no UFO.
Ain't no way in hell.
This is the first time it was actually a weather balloon crash, and the government said it was UFO. And not the other way around.
Look, the battery died in there and it just dropped.
Yeah,
they shot at it as it was going down. You killed an alien? No, you didn't.
UFOs. Come on.
Sorry.
And think about this too, people. If we would have shot down 3 UFOs, we would not be having our show right now. I don't know about you, but to me, that's an act of war.
You ever seen that? Part in Independence Day when the clouds started moving in that big ass ship? That's what you would have seen. Shot down. They're like, oh,
for real. So
okay. Come on, y'all. Let's go. They want to play.
So I just say for anybody out there who's like, oh, it was aliens. They're shooting down aliens. Like, let's lose a little bit of common sense. One, if they could travel from wherever to us and we still can't fucking get to the moon properly, if we would have shot them down, that's like if our rules of engagement is you disrespected me. We're going to war. You have oil I want. We're going to war. And if we shot their like that's just use common sense. If we shot down 3 of their ships,
And
we
just also,
wouldn't be here.
and some of
we
us need to
we would be
also,
enslaved.
some of us also need to think about this too. You know, there are aliens that are underwater too.
Yeah.
There's a species of
That's a
alien.
whole nother show right there. Matter of fact, we should just do an alien segment. There
Yeah,
we
we
go. We
need
can talk
to.
about aliens.
There's a
Let's just do
species.
that.
There's a species of aliens that are underwater.
Like I said, we didn't shoot down no UFOs. You know.
You didn't know.
I've researched. I was
shot.
gonna join MUFON, but I didn't. Like I've researched about aliens. I just like the subject matter of it and like hearing about it.
I love
And
watching that stuff.
yeah, and I just hate the idea that Earth is the only populated planet in the galaxy. That really depresses me.
As
Like,
they, look,
I'm gonna lie to you, that's
as they
just depressive.
say, that's what they say.
Yeah, that's what they say. That's just depressive.
Like
Not
they
to
say,
mention the Bible even has hints to it too.
yeah,
Don't
they
believe
even
me, go
talk
back to
about the
Genesis.
firmament.
Yeah, and also
It
the part
is-
where it talks about when after God made Adam and Eve and then rested and then left, it said he left to go take care of his other flock.
other
And no,
flock.
it wasn't talking about birds, y'all.
That's not where pigeons come from, y'all.
It wasn't birds. Not to mention when he came back. Where are you, Adam and Eve? You don't ask that unless you're gone.
Unless you were going.
But I
What were you
digress.
doing?
This isn't a church channel.
No, it's not. But it can get there, and we can disrupt
Yep.
some people and piss some people off, and they're gonna be rebuking
sure.
us and all of that.
Oh, for sure. I'm like, just read. Just I mean, the preacher gives you your scripture, but sometimes you got to read the book from front to back yourself.
You have to. And believe it or not, if you actually read and pay attention, you can actually decode some stuff in there. Just like people don't want to talk about that, the number 13 has to do with the Last Supper.
That's the reason why they say it's bad luck, because Judas was 13. And now you know where that came from.
That's where they.
But at one point, 13 was a number of balance.
Yeah.
That's why it was Jesus and 12 disciples.
Yeah.
13.
13. So yeah, that's what.
Exactly, Lynn. We can't be the only intelligent
We're
life.
not.
That is depressing if we would be.
Look, I truly believe. Okay, this galaxy is too big to have only one.
It's too
Earth.
big. Even if you go with the with the Shazalov equation, the one equation that they have, right, where they do all the.
Yeah.
Is it Shaz? I forget
Shazalov
the
or
name.
the
I'm sorry.
Not Maslow. I was gonna say Maslow. Damn.
I forget the name, but I know the equation. And even if you do that, like that doesn't even say it, that we're the only. There's still hundreds of planets, because some of them have killed themselves by now. Yeah, I mean, look at the route we're taking. You know what I'm saying? So that's a possibility. But as far as saying we're the only, that's some arrogant ass crap.
I truly believe there's more than one Earth. I truly believe there is more than one version of me. That's why they say you have to be careful. Some of those things that they do, those little videos that we do on TikTok, where it's like TikTok is showing you like another version of yourself. And someone had pointed something out. It was like, what if this is a other version of yourself on another Earth? I'm just like, that would kind of make sense. It could possibly be. I truly believe there's another version of us. They're just doing the complete opposite of what we're doing now.
Yeah. Live different lives. Like I've always believed that, but most recently I've kind of felt kind of proofy. Like,
yeah, because it's just people.
Yeah, it's interesting. I can hear MG, SJ, and J say, "Who hurt you?" Oh yeah, for Cypher Team Issue 3, yeah, they're definitely gonna say that. They're gonna say it.
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all. Like I said, I do a lot of research with stuff, so that's why I know a lot of stuff.
Me too.
There's also other things about me that y'all learn later.
Oh yeah.
So why I
love UFO stuff, paranormal stuff, especially when I've experienced paranormal things and things like that. And yeah, I love talk. We need to have a segment on stuff like that, bro.
When we have a paranormal, which will cover all of it, type of segment, there is a story that I want to tell pertaining to like UFOs, and it was I don't know. Y'all could be the judge of this story. Like it was a weird situation because even the ending, and and I say the ending as like it's an actual story, but this
Mhm.
actually happened to me. But the way it ended, even now as an adult, I'm like that don't that didn't make sense.
Yeah.
So I'll tell that story when we do have our supernatural segment. Maybe we'll do that next week. Maybe we'll do a
Oh yeah.
supernatural segment next week.
Oh.
That's why I said like we want to take this and actually do more talking, do more interviewing, stuff like that, and open the channel up a little more.
Yeah, we
You
could
know,
talk about
so
dreams and stuff like that.
uh,
Yeah.
bridging everything now, bridging everything. So bridging everything.
Bridging that crack.
So
Yeah. Bridging that.
but yeah, Glenn, like what you said, Glenn, I 100% agree.
Yes. And
I
we
don't even
can't.
think
We can't be.
I, I
We're the
personally, I
only.
personally, I personally don't even believe we're the only intelligent
No.
life in our solar system. But that's just me. I know a lot of people will go to bat on that, but this is my thing. We evolved the way we evolved for Earth. So
Hmm.
that means if evolution and if life is possible on other planets, those species will evolve the way they need to evolve to live on their planet.
I don't. I don't. Don't sit here and tell
So
me there's just planets sitting out there with nothing on them.
but nothing, just rocks. And we're the only accident.
Don't sit here and tell me that.
You take a dude and let him run around with no with no one to answer to, he's gonna make more than one accident
Yeah.
in a year. So we can't be the only accident in billions of years.
No. It can't. It can't be.
Mathematically, it makes no sense. So yeah. But we'll talk.
I
We'll
told you
talk about that
that's
another
a
time.
whole another 2 or 3
It is.
segments of just talking about that stuff like that. It
That's
really
why I
is.
like it. That's why Yamo Stigmata, when he goes out there, like it's bustling.
Yeah, it's
But
like
this is the crazy part in the Silvers, like space don't fuck with our solar system. They still like, nah, that's backwater. We don't go over there. They
yeah.
quite literally, as far as Earth is secluded. Like the solar system of Earth is secluded. In the Silvers, there was life at
Hmm.
one point on Mars and Venus, but there isn't anymore. There's a story that comes with that too. But like the solar system's cut off. Um, we can't leave, and when humans do find their way out there, I mean, you'll
Yeah.
see some of the stuff that Tuskegee is going to end up going through, you
Yeah.
know. So it gets crazy. Like you go out there, and they're just like, "Oh, Earth, Gaia." That no, no, thank you. We're not going. We go there to hide because no one else wants to go there. It's like they can come to Earth in the Silvers, but
Hmm.
we can't leave. Like no one can leave. And a lot
Yeah.
of them, like there's quite literally a book that I have coming later that's called Godlike,
Hmm.
and is quite literally about an alien species that came to Earth to hide. It is quite literally about that. It is like they're like the
Which
little puppet masters that have been pulling the strings in the back, like because
which
things kind of
in a
didn't
way
go the way they were wanted it to, or what
this
they
is
were
gonna
planning.
sound really crazy in a way somehow. I wouldn't doubt if there is one here
Mm,
on Earth that's
exactly.
hiding.
Yeah.
Like where you think to get the whole Man in Black idea from?
Mm.
I mean,
Yeah, we gotta stop, y'all. That's another show,
okay, yeah.
but we're gonna talk about that. Then we can
Say
talk
that for
about how
next
space goes into
show.
like yeah, that's just a total another side of the soul versus space stuff. But
Oh, I gotta go get me
yeah, but
some
like I
books
said,
and read some more books now and stuff like that. Be
yeah,
ready for the next
yeah,
show. I gotta do that.
yeah. The aliens out there, they're just like, yeah, we won't fuck with Earth. We
Yeah,
won't fuck
no.
with dirt.
There are a species of aliens that does not like humans.
Oh, there's a lot,
Yeah,
but
they
but
do
in the Silverse,
not
like
like us.
I think that will make that a line in the Silverse. Like, yeah, we don't fuck with dirt.
Yeah,
We might have put that line in the Inuyama Stigmata. It's gonna have to go in there. I'll figure out where.
we'll find a way.
That's
Yeah.
what the aliens do come though. Matter. Let me stop. But yeah, so and I know I see Glenn's out there now. Glenn is also an individual I'm gonna pull into this writing because he does have some characters in the Silvers too. So he knows a little bit about the space stuff. That pertains to the Silvers.
Let me go.
But yeah, so y'all take it easy.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us. We
Good
hope you
night.
enjoyed the show. We just did some chit chatting.
Yes.
Needed to degauss a little bit,
Don't
release.
forget to like, share, comment, please. Let everybody know what we're doing over here.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So-
it's much appreciated. We do appreciate you all for joining us tonight. It was fun.
Yep.
As always. Never a dull
As
moment.
always.
Never a
The
dull
questions, the statements, the being interactive with us. Thank you. That's the stuff that makes these fun and makes it to where we want to keep coming back and talking to you more. So
Exactly.
keep that up. And we're gonna talk to you all later. Like I said, we got some things to work on, but we hope that y'all enjoyed yourselves, and we hope that we were able to bridge that gap a little bit more between you and us, some of the creators, all of us creators, and different crazy things that go on in our head, like our characters talking to us.
Oh yeah. Long conversations. Don't tell
All right,
nobody.
everybody. Right, don't say anything. Don't say anything. All right, everybody. Y'all take it easy. And
Good
we'll see y'all
night.
next Wednesday. Not
Next
Thursday, but next
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
We're
We're
gonna
gonna
be
be on
back.
we're
Yeah,
gonna
we're
be
gonna-
back. Show's gonna be back to his regular day.
Yeah.
So but thank you all for dropping in.
Good night,
Take
y'all.
it easy, folks. Good night.
Love
Good night,
you.
everybody. Good night, everybody. Take it
Bridge
easy.
that gap. Bridge that gap.